Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 162. Available now. Yo! Whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So it is the end of June. It is the end of the second quarter of 2025. First half of the year is over. Damn. Second quarter is April, May, June. As I normally point out, I like doing these videos just in case there's something in my top 3 of the quarter that might not get no love at the end of the year. Franchises were franchising in the second quarter of 2025, man. We got a long-awaited Accountant sequel, new Marvel, the return of Final Destination, the supposed end of Mission Impossible, a legacy sequel to Karate Kid, a John Wick spinoff from the world of, you know what I'm saying? It's a spinoff. Live action remakes for Disney and DreamWorks. We got a legacy sequel from Danny Boyle. We got new Pixar. Whatever the fuck Megan was doing. It was a good quarter. Just jumping right in, man. My number 3, my third favorite movie of the second quarter of 2025 was Thunderbolts. Probably most people's most anticipated MCU this year. We still got Fantastic Four First Steps coming, but most people love Florence Pugh. I don't want to say everybody. I'm not speaking for everybody, but it's at movie like 35. Marvel finally put out their own Suicide Squad, not movie number 3, and 9 year man. Never mind. Y'all know what I'm getting at. Never mind. We just like Yelena's a dope character. Red Guardian is comic relief. Bucky has been there. John Walker. We all these characters with some kind of mental torment. You know what I'm saying? They've been told they're not good enough basically their whole lives. Trained to kill, to fight, never really got to live. You know what I mean? And they all come together the way that it, and then Bob, Lewis Pullman as Bob Sentry, it all worked. The cast chemistry, I don't want to say lack of MCU-ness, because, I mean, it is still a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. But it doesn't beat you over the head with, I guess, references. Like, you know who these characters are, so you don't really need to know their story again. You know who they are, and that's what makes this movie work. Julia Louis-Dreyfus and her position in all of this, it's dope. The ending, the post-credit scene, it's dope. It really got me excited for MCU still to come. My number 2 is F1. Literally just came out. Joseph Kosinski. I'm going to say it's his follow-up to Top Gun Maverick, because that Spiderhead movie that was on Netflix that come out like 2 weeks after Top Gun Maverick was a turd. So his follow-up to Top Gun Maverick. Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, Kerry Condon, Javier Bardem. Brad Pitt plays a whore, a racing whore. He drives for anybody that needs him. Damson Idris is on Javier Bardem's team, but he's young, he's cocky, he's arrogant, he's inexperienced, he's immature. Kerry Condon is like the only female like aerodynamic like F1 car builder. Javier Bardem, as I like alluded to, is the team owner. It's basically win or go home. the stakes are so high for every character. The 2.5 hour runtime was a breeze, man. It did not feel that long. In my head I said that's what she said. And like, this is the best movie all year that probably won't get a physical media release because Apple Studios sucks ass. But if you can watch this in IMAX, I highly recommend it. And my number one, which I would assume is 97% of people's number one, arguably the best movie of the year. And we're at the halfway point of the year, so there's not that much to pick from in the grand scheme. My number one is Sinners. Just so expertly made. Ryan Coogler is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best young director working today. All due respect to a Damien Chazelle, a Joseph Kosinski, who I just mentioned, a Jordan Peele. Ryan Coogler is just that guy. Like, he gave us that debut, that soul crushing debut, the Oscar Grant Fruitvale Station, and then he basically reboots Rocky. Like, Creed is 3 for 3, and all he did was direct the first one. He's got 2 banger MCU movies and gives us this original, horror, masterpiece. It's that good, and it's still like my 4th out of his 5 directorial efforts. Like, dead ass. Black Panther, Creed, Fruitvale Station, I all put over this. It was just like the way Michael B. Jordan had great chemistry with himself. Haley Steinfeld was great. Omar Benson Miller, Delroy Lindo. Damn, I cannot remember Shorty's name from Loki. Fuck. And then dude who was just in 28 Years Later, I can't remember his name either. There's just like these 2 twin brothers, how they obtained their wealth, how they obtained their drank, and they're just trying to start their own business, have fun with their people. It gets interrupted, it gets violent, it gets bloody, it gets glory, it gets a tad bit erotic. And it's just so good. I've had a handful of people try to tell me they didn't like it, and what I gathered was they didn't understand it. Nobody can outright say it's a bad movie because X, Y, and Z. I didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's the best movie of the year so far, in my opinion. These 3 movies are my top 3 for the year so far. What were your top 3? April, May, June, let me know. It was a very good quarter. July, August, September, I can't tell you one movie that comes out in September. Him, the Jordan Peele produced football horror movie with Marlon Wayans. I want to say, damn, is the Paul Thomas Anderson movie with DiCaprio September? It might be August, but literally in days we get a new Jurassic World. Superman, James Gunn, first cinematic entry in his new DC universe, comes out next weekend. I Know What You Did Last Summer, requel. Whatever they're doing with the Smurfs. Fantastic Four, the Fantastic Four First Steps. This has got to be the first MCU movie in forever that you don't need to be familiar with anything else before it comes out. Naked Gun, I'm gonna say requel. Leslie Nielsen is referenced in the trailers, so it's in the same continuity. Again, I'm blanking on Bad Guys 2 comes out in August. What else comes out in August? The Roses with Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman looks hysterical. That's a remake of The War of the Roses with Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. Is Andy Samberg playing the Danny DeVito character? Again, I should have looked it up. I don't have August and September's release schedule fresh in my mind. I expect another fun quarter, man. But yeah, like I said, let me get your top 3 from the second quarter. I just put up reviews for Megan 2.0 and F1, 28 years later, Leo, like Jurassic World's about to come out, Superman's about to come out. Be on the lookout for all of that, man. Rec League Podcast, we was talking zombies. I think we're going to do a Jurassic Park World spoiler discussion, franchise discussion next episode. So like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.